Hello everyone, today I'm gonna talk about the divisibilities. So we will see when the number is divisible by another without remainder. So if the number is divisible by 2, so then the last digit is 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. If the last digit is 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, so the number is divisible by 2. For example, we don't need to divide all by 2 to know if it's divisible by 2 or not. This number is divisible by 2 because the last digit is divisible by 2. We look at the last digit and we will see if it's divisible by 2 or not. For example, 2020, it's divisible by 2 because the last digit is 0. Okay, so the next one is divisibility by 3 if the sum of all digits of the number is divisible by 3. So the number is divisible by 3. For example, 2007. It's divisible by 3 because 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 7 it's equal to 9. 9 is divisible by 3, or we can say 216 is divisible by 3 because 2 plus 1 plus 6 that's 9. 9 is divisible by 3, or we can say 402 is divisible by 3 because 4 plus 0 plus 2 is equal to 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. So let's talk about the divisibility by 4. Okay, so 4 is 2 squared. So that's why if the last two digits is divisible by 4, then the number is divisible by 4. For example, the number 2020. It's divisible by 4 because 20 is last two digits and it's divisible by 4. Or we can say 612. 12 is divisible by 4, and that's why it's divisible by 4. So the next one is divisibility by 5. If the last digit is 0 or 5, then the number is divisible by 5. For example, 55 is divisible by 5 because the last digit is 5, or 620 is divisible by 5 because the last digit is divisible by 5. Because 0 divided by 5 is 0, that's a whole number. So the next one is divisibility by 6. If the number is divisible by 6 or not, so we will see when we look at the comprime numbers. So these comprime numbers is 2 and 3 comprime each other. So if the if the number, for example, 708, is it divisible by 6 or not? So for it we should divide it by 2 and by 3 at the same time. That should be divisible by 2 and by 3 at the same time. So we will check it. For example, it's divisible by 2 because 8 the last digit, and it's divisible by 3 because 7 plus 0 plus 8, it's equal to 15. 15 is divisible by 3 and it's divisible by 2, and that's why it's divisible by 6. Or we can say the next example is 8,028. For example, 8,028, is it divisible by 3 or not? So the last digit is 8, and that's why it's divisible by 2. And 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 8, it's 18. 18 is divisible by 3. And that's why this number is divisible by 6. So divisibility by 7, you just divide by 7 and you will see, because the rule of divisibility by 7 is a bit hard, and that's why it's simpler just dividing by 7. Okay, and I will not talk about the divisibility by 7. So let's talk about the divisibility by 8. Okay, so an example, 6,288. Is it divisible by 8? Yes, because the last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. 288 is divisible by 8, and that's why this number is divisible by 8. Or you can, let's talk about another example, 2048. It's also divisible by 8 because the last 3 digits is 48, and that's why this number is divisible by 8. So the last uh, the last sign of divisibility is divisibility by 9. So if the sum of all digits of a number is divisible by 9, so the number is divisible by 9. For example, 602. 6 plus 0 plus 2 is equal to 9. 9 over 9 is 1. Or we can say 126. 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 9. 9 is divisible by 9. And we can say 288. 2 plus 8 plus 8 is equal to 18. 18 is divisible by 8. 18 is divisible by 9, sorry. So that's why we can see that they are divisible by 9 by adding all the digits and looking at the sum of all digits. If it's divisible by 9, this number is divisible by 9. So if it's not, so this number is not divisible by 9. For example, 505. It's not divisible by 9 because 5 plus 0 plus 5 is equal to 10. 10 is not divisible by 9, and that's why it's not divisible by 9. So